So this is an overview of the IFC performance standards on environmental and social sustainability. The performance standards of the IFC, that's International Finance Corporation, is centered on sustainability, helping its clients to improve the sustainability of the projects or an enterprise that is looking to be supported by the IFC. So as I discussed in the last module and introducing to us the IFC Investment Cycle, and I took us through the IFC Investment Cycle, which the first one is business development, the second is early review of the project, the third is appraisal. This is where the environmental and social sustainability issues are being looked into, because the investment team assesses the full business potential, the risk and opportunities associated with the investment through discussions with the clients and visits to the project site. So the many questions are asked about the investments, such as, is the investment financially and economically sound? Can it comply with IFC's social and environmental performance standards? Have lessons from prior investment been taken into account? Have the necessary disclosure and consultations requirements, have they been met? And so on and so forth. And that is why we are reviewing the IFC social and environmental performance standards sub-model. So we have altogether 8 performance standards. Okay, there's a repetition there. We have 8 performance standards that the borrower is to meet, the investor is to meet throughout the life cycle of a project. Okay, so these performance standards are going to be discussed in this module. So since IFC uses the sustainability framework along with other strategies, policies, and initiatives to direct the business activities of the corporation in order to achieve its overall developmental objectives, the performance standards may also be applied by other financial institutions. So it's not just limited to IFC. So here we now have the performance standards listed here. These are the 8 performance standards that is key for reviewing, and this is just an introductory module to introduce these performance standards. We have already other modules that we are going to be looking at, which will address each performance standard and how it relates to projects. And if possible, we will be sticking to project sector per sector basis. We'll look at the mining sector, the power sector, the agricultural sector, and see how to apply these performance standards and bring out the key appraisal points that IFC will be looking into. This standard is actually an established high standard and can be used locally by companies with integrity, companies that is looking to promote their sustainability. It can be used by local companies in any country in order to ensure that the benefits for benchmarking their activities with these standards are fully harnessed by their activities. So these are standards that the investment proponent is to meet throughout the life of an investment. The performance standards are directed towards proponents providing guidance on how to identify risks and impacts, and are designed to help avoid, mitigate, and manage risks and impacts as a way of doing business in a sustainable way, including stakeholders engagement. We treated stakeholder engagement in a particular model. If you subscribe to our channel, you will be able to follow on each of these courses that we do, and this will help your investment project greatly. So approaches to stakeholder engagement was captured in a particular module. If you follow us on Twitter, you get that. And disclosure obligations of the clients is included in the way that IFC wants projects to run, okay, in relation to project level activities. In the case of its direct investments, including project and corporate finance, provided through financial intermediaries, IFC requires that its clients or the proponent apply the performance standards to manage environmental and social risk and impact, so that developmental opportunities are enhanced, in a beneficial manner. So these are the performance standards, and the performance standard one is assessment and management of environmental impacts. Labor and working conditions is PS2. Resource efficiency and pollution prevention is PS3. Community health, safety and security is PS4. And 5, you have land acquisition and involuntary resettlement. 6, you have biodiversity conservation and sustainable management of living natural resources. This we are going to treat in a comprehensive manner in future modules. So I will plead with you to subscribe to our channel. This is important, and share these videos with your colleagues so that they can also join to understand how each PS is being looked at and how it is being used as a standard benchmark for your project. So PS7 is how to deal with indigenous people, and how to manage cultural heritage is PS8. So I hope this performance standards review is useful for you. Please follow us to digest each of the performance standards, and if possible, send us an email, info@richflood.com. Better still, send me an email directly, comfort@richflood.com. If you have a project you are looking to present to IFC, we will get our consultants to go through the IFC investment cycle with you and see how you can fit in properly, and depending on your project category, because an environmental and social category is assigned anytime after appraisal and before public disclosure. So category A, we have category A, B, C, and category F1, in the categorization of projects based on environmental and social categories. So category A projects require a minimum 60-day disclosure period. We will tell you about disclosures and how to go about disclosures and how to manage it during your projects and even during the operational stages. All other projects require at least 30 days. So category A projects are expected to have significant adverse social and or environmental impacts that are diverse, irreversible, or sometimes unprecedented, while category B projects are expected to have limited adverse social or environmental impacts that can be readily addressed through some mitigation measures. We are going to treat impact mitigation measures, impact mitigation monitoring, and so on and so forth in later modules. So please subscribe to our channel so that you can get this update. And category C, a project expected to have minimal or no adverse impact at all, including certain financial intermediary projects, as the case may be. While the last category, being category FI, is investments in financial intermediaries that themselves have no adverse social or environmental impact, but may finance sub-projects with potential impacts. So these are the categories, and we will treat all of them in course of the project. Whatever your project category is, let us know. We are interested in helping you build your investment projects in an appropriate manner. Thank you for connecting with us, and we look to work with you on your project. Take care and goodbye.